My husband likes golf. 今回はこの文章をベースにしますね。言葉と文化が一つのセットだと考えています。言葉が上手に話せても、その文化がわからないと台無しになってしまうリスクがあります。残念ながら私も何度も経験してます。今でも毎日のように失敗してます。皮肉。Sarcasm. I'm very sarcastic. Nice hat! 特にイギリス人はこういうジョークが好きですよね。英語で言えば何ともないのに、日本語で同じことを言おうとすると嫌味っぽく聞こえてしまうことがあるようですね。例えば、Oh, fantastic! Another meeting? I can't wait to hear what important things the boss has got to say this time. 日本語にすると、なんとなくピンとこないらしいですよね。なんでそんなこと言ってるのと思われてしまいますね。要するに、言葉と文化が深くつながってるということですよね。I'm going to talk about how deeply connected language and culture can get. We'll look at the problem, the reason, the solution, and some example sentences. Shall we get things underway? First, let's look at the problem. My husband likes golf. My husband likes golf. I'm coming at this from a slightly different angle than usual. Can you find any problems with the sentence, My husband likes golf? No. That's because there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly natural in every way. So the problem is not with this sentence as a standalone sort of thing. It's when the sentence is used as part of a whole conversation that things start to get weird. Hello there, neighbor! It's been a minute. Where have you been hiding? We've been busy with sport the past couple of weekends. You guys been hitting the greens again? No, it's not golf. Marjorie's been playing tennis, so I've been going to watch. Is she a good player? She likes playing tennis, but is she a good player? She likes it. Is she any good? She really enjoys it. Yeah, I know she likes it, but how good is she at tennis? She likes it. You're not going to give me a straight answer, are you? She likes playing tennis. This is exhausting. I've had countless conversations just like this one. To a Japanese speaker, this may seem like a perfectly normal way to communicate, but in English, I have to be honest in saying that it can be quite tiring. So why does this kind of thing happen? It goes without saying that it's a cultural thing. I suppose English speakers can be a little too direct, which may seem rather rude or abrasive. It may also be taken as being passive-aggressive. So if someone says they play some kind of sport, for me, the most natural follow-up question is to ask how good they are. I want to know, don't you? So if the conversation were in Japanese, it would probably be quite different. People wouldn't want to make the other person feel uncomfortable. I get that. But in English, you're expected to answer a direct question with a direct answer. To an extent. Of course, this depends on the topic, as you wouldn't ask about financial matters or politics unless you knew the person well. But if it's just a simple question, something like, are you good at cooking? Then I'd expect an honest answer. If you answer with,
I like cooking,
then it just doesn't make any sense. So I feel the need to ask the question again. I'm not saying that one way is better than the other, but we have to think about the culture that surrounds the language. The same way that I have to control my sarcasm when I'm interacting with Japanese people. 今日はいい天気だね。海でも行こうかな。雨降ってるよ。It's like if I asked you the question in Japanese, 豚肉好き? And you answered, 豚肉はちょっと. If we're speaking in Japanese, then it's completely fine. But if we ask the same question in English, then I'd expect a clearer answer. Do you like pork? No, I don't like it very much. How about you? Are you a fan of pork? I love it! So, how do you answer those kinds of direct questions in English? Ones that are asking about things that you may feel embarrassed to talk about. Maybe you don't want to be seen as bragging or thinking that you're better than everyone. I completely understand that people want to be humble and sometimes self-depreciating in Japanese. It's one of the most endearing things about the culture. But you know what? One of the most shocking things for me is when someone tells me about someone who had a baby in their family. I'm often surprised when they compare it to a monkey. Maybe it's part of the culture to say that kind of thing, especially for a newborn baby. Your daughter had a baby girl? She must be so cute.
She looks like a little monkey.
A little monkey? Of course, if someone from outside the family compared the baby to a monkey, I'm sure it would be a huge cultural taboo. But I hope you get my point. In English, we would say something like an angel or a princess, that kind of thing. She is adorable. She's got so much hair. Look at those little fingers. Such a sweet little face. So back to the original question, is your wife good at tennis? Let's look at some Englishy ways to answer it. She's actually really good. She's much better than me. She used to be a national champion. She's actually not very good. She's terrible. She is the worst player I've ever seen. I've also noticed that some people in Japan are kind of reluctant to talk about the company they work for or the university they graduated from. But in English, most people are very willing to talk about that kind of thing. So please, don't hesitate to ask things like, where did you go to university? I went to Yale. What school does your daughter go to? She goes to Eton College. Where do you work? I work at Google. I don't like giving away too much about myself, especially with people I've just met. Even in English-speaking countries, people like to keep private things private. If you don't like giving away too much about yourself, it means you like to keep personal things to yourself.
Is your son any good at football?
He takes after his old dad. He's got a great right foot on him, and I'm sure he'll play for Scotland one day. So, take after. He takes after his dad. So this can mean like, it could mean for appearance, it could mean for your personality, or it could mean for your ability in something, like sport or like good at music and that kind of thing. So to take after can mean 3 different things. We are so proud of our daughter and how artistic she is. She goofs around a lot, but there's no denying she's brilliant. It's quite common for parents to praise their children openly in public and seen as showing how much you love them. To goof around means to do stupid things and not to be serious. My son is terrible at maths. So much so that it brings down his GPA to a level where it's hard for him to catch up with his peers. GPA stands for Grade Point Average, which is a system used to measure a student's academic performance. It typically represents the average of all the grades a student earns throughout their courses, with each grade assigned a specific numerical value. The scale usually ranges from 0.0 to 4.0, where 4.0 is the highest. How would you rate your speaking fluency in English? Tell me about it in the comments if you feel comfortable doing that. I'm interested to see how people gauge their own speaking ability. But just don't say, I like it.